let me ask you something very honestly. Why does your application works fine on your local, breaks on QA environment, and crashes at production? Yesterday we blamed environment variables, but today we are going to talk about the hero who solves this issue. One simple idea, one powerful concept. Yes, today we are going to talk about containers. So yeah, let's get started and understand what actually a container is and what value does it add into a software development journey. All right, so let's get started with container. And believe me, in this video, you will definitely have a clarity what actually a container is, because we are going to cover each and everything for you to get started with container. Okay, so what actually a container is? Now, we won't use any jargons. We are going to see, understand it in a very basic manner. Okay, so what actually a container is? A container is nothing. It is just like a box, and that box contains your application, the dependency, and nothing else. Everything that you require to run an application is clubbed inside a container, and then you're good to go. And if you carry that box anywhere, your application will work the same way. Nothing less, nothing more. That itself is a container. Okay. Now, if you want to understand the container, so think of it a shipping. You might have you might have seen a ship, right? So inside that ship, you have multiple container that we are doing the shipment for, right? So inside that container, the goods are packed, they are protected, they are standardized. Now, for us, the end user, it doesn't matter like which ship it is coming from, which truck it is coming from, and which country it is coming from. All we are interested is to know what is there inside that container, what value does it add, right? So the container fits everywhere. Okay, that's why container are changed for global shipping, and software containers does the same thing. Okay, now what is inside that container? Okay, inside that container you have your application code, you have the required libraries, dependency, and runtime like Node, Python, Java. So a container does not include a full operating system, and that's what makes it different from virtual machine. Because in virtual machine you need a dedicated operating system, but when it comes to container, the resources are being shared, right? Okay. Now imagine this just like you are sending food to someone. So you send the cooked item, the spices used, and the instructions. Okay. You don't share the gas stove, the kitchen. And that's exactly what a container does. Everything is written in an instruction manner that is being followed. And that's the reason those environment issues are being mitigated. Okay. Now let us move forward and understand why containers are needed and what was the actual problem. Okay. First of all, we are going to see what is the problem that we were facing and what solution that container reporting to it. So before containers, the page faced the standard issue that it works on my machine. And there were different software version, there were dependency conflicts, and there were deployment fear. Why? Because the version were mismatching, and that was the actual issue that we were facing this issue. Every environment was slightly different from each other. The dev used to be on different version, QA used to be on different version, prod used to be on different version. And again, the people who are utilizing those environment used to deploy the application based on different version, whatever was installed in the local. That was the issue that people were facing, encountering earlier. And there were lots of manual configuration that to be done earlier, and things used to be unreliable. So that's where a container came into the picture. Containers were created to freeze the environment. So it was just like same app, same setup, and same ripples everywhere. Now let us see what is the solution that container solved. So it solved the issue number one, the most important, that is environment mismatch. Second is it will solve the issue of dependency. Third, it will solve the issue of dependency inconsistency. And fourth, scaling issues will be eliminated. So if a container works in a machine, it will work everywhere. Now, how does a container work? So it's just like you are defining your application. It's just like cooking a recipe, right? So you know a recipe and then you can cook the food, right? So you are defining what you need for that application to run. Then you package the app, and then once the packaging is done, then you run the container into any of the system with the container engine, just like Docker, and then the app is running. Once the app is up and running, you can share that image with everyone, and then it can be further turned into a container. So a container is not equals to VM. It is a process, but with boundaries. Okay. Now, containers versus normal application. So how the life is to look like when without container, and what value did it added with containers. Okay, so without container we used to install node manually. There were incorrect version and merging conflicts. We used to install the libraries manually, and we were just hoping that nothing breaks. And this was the life before containers. But when container came into the picture, everything is predefined. There is zero setup which is required. You just have to run the image and the container is formed, and that is how the container is created. Next video, we are going to see how does a container is created, right? We are going to see the actual life cycle of the container. But here we get a clarity. What issues does container solve? That's why we are going proceeding step by step. Okay. Now in real world use case, where we can use the containers, we can use the containers in web apps, backend API, microservices, CI/CD pipeline, cloud deployment. So we can say every modern companies use containers or utilize container in some of the other forms. Okay, you might have any confusion with containers, like is container is equals to Docker? No, Docker is a tool and their container is a concept that we just cleared today. So are containers unsafe since it is utilizing the single operating system? So no, containers are isolated and can be controlled. That we are also going to see how it can be controlled. Next, are containers only used for big companies? No, even a single smaller project can be, you can utilize the power of containers. And I'm going to show you how you can do the same. Okay, we are going to create a basic Python application and then you can containerize it. So what we learned so far? We learned that container is formed with the instruction, and that instruction contains the data for application and its dependency. And once a container is up and running, it will show the same characteristics, same behavior across all the environments. So since it doesn't rely on operating system, that's what we have written in the third point. It is lightweight and fast. Why? Because it doesn't carry the operating system. It will take all the dependent file from the base OS. There. The main thing that container solved is the environment issue that we discussed in the previous video and we understood in this video. Right? So yeah, that was all in this video where we discuss about containers. In the next video, we are going to see the life cycle, what are the process through which the container has to go. So yeah, that was all, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.